Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. And just last night I made a video on showing how to make this. And you can make this a lot easier using a Corel common shape or basic shapes. Go down to your banners and grab one of them and just make your banner. We're going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. And that alone would be pretty cool. But if you will take it and get in your envelope tool, you'll come up with that. I would suggest deleting those two nodes, selecting these two nodes and make them symmetrical, and then just kind of curve up your banner. So there's one way you could do it. Then you could put your name, text a path on that. But then you could add a little pizzazz to it, or whatever you want to call it. And you could get the smoothing tool. Let's make it a little bit smaller, make it like 8 inches. And get in here, right here to this part, and see the lines are gonna kind of separate, but that doesn't really matter, because then you can take the shape tool and connect these lines back. And actually we could delete that node there and almost have to kind of look at the other side. So we need kind of a triangular effect there. So we could possibly take that node and maybe connect it up there, and then bring your handle. And I'm not saying that this would be the best way, but this will work. So it gives it a little bit of a twist to it. Now what I would suggest to do is group this together, Control G and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Get a 2-point line, start drawing it, hold down the control button so it's perpendicular, and then just delete this side. And then at this time, you could actually go ahead and delete that line. Well, no, we're going to need that line for just a second. And that's not a very good rendition there, but it'll work. And then get the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, move it down, move it down, move it down. And then I'd actually move this over to the left, get your interactive fill tool, and go from one corner to the other. Go over there and grab you a darker color, make it look like kind of a shadow effect. Then you can always play around with your bar and make it less blue or more blue. But then you can nudge it back up and over. Then on this piece, I would just turn it maybe a darker black, make it kind of look like a curvature, maybe not quite so much. You got to have it selected to change the color. Anyway, that was good. And then take this piece, Control G to go and group it together, and Control D to duplicate it, and then grab that 2-point arrow and just match it. Now you're going to have that little bit of a line there, but we can get rid of that in just a second. But this way, your interactive fill tool is doing the same thing on both sides. At this time, you can set your nudge factor on like 0.001. Grab that side and just move it over ever so slightly to get rid of that line. And then you could grab it all and right-click an outline. Whoop, we're going to have to cut that line. So let's take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line, and then just fill it back in with our Smart Fill tool. And you could change it up quite a bit. But now I'm going to take the whole thing, put an outline around it, make it something other than a hairline to make it kind of stand out. That might be too much. Pretty cool. I did a much better job on this one, on the curvature. But you get the idea. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.